this will be helpful for others, if that's okay with you. Okay, so here is where we were last time. Does that make sense? Like you recall this part?
Yeah. But you have to share it to me though. I don't see anything right now.
How come it's not sharing?
You stop
Yeah.
sharing.
Okay, got it. Share screen.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see it?
Not
You
yet.
should see it now,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Right now, I can see it.
Okay, so essentially what we have here is all the songs listed, and then usually I do the synchronization from here. So let me check. So I will go minus, 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 minus. So you see how I'm zooming everything out right now? And I have all the different, the sounds. So I remember last time, like for this song, I just found a part where it went down and then it went back up. So let me see if I can listen to one soundtrack. Oh, yeah. You see, I already marked a spot right here. You see this line right here on the bottom?
Yes.
Let me. Oh no, mute that one. So let's see. What does that sound like? Dun, 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 dun.
I don't hear any sound though.
You don't? Oh, interesting. Hold on a sec. I can share my sound. That's a setting in here. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on a sec. I'm sorry about that. You should be able to hear sound, so I need to change advanced sharing options. Yes. Okay, share screen. Aha. Oh, share computer sound. That's why you don't hear it. Haha. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay, can you hear the sound now when I play it?
No, still not hearing it. No.
Really? You are sharing your computer sound. You are sharing your computer sound. Okay. How about this? There's another way I can do it. I can change it here. I have a couple different ways that I can solve this problem. And what I'll do is I'm just going to show you, like, I just want to line up a few different singers, and then this will become super clear. And the reason I want to do it this way is, like, once you've got this, then creating the rest of this is going to be pretty easy. This is the hard part. Okay, so let's see if, like, I need to get you hearing it first, though. Okay. So now, what? Okay, stop share. Okay, something's not right. Share screen. Click share computer sound.
Now I can hear you.
Okay. So I think that this might be a good part. So da 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 bum 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 bum. Does that make sense? That's the, like, bum, that point. We will find a solace now, something like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just listen to, I think this is a bass sound. So let me listen to bass number 2. Yes. So I'm not even looking at the video right now. I don't really care about the video. I'm mainly focused on what is this point right here. This is, I think, Kevin. Was it before that? I think that's it. Yeah. So So this is the point, I think.
我们切莫灰心失望，让
You see that point? So here I'm just using the arrow key, left and right can go back one frame. And this is the point where Kevin is saying the magic word. And I'm going to go mark. So I'm going to put in the letter. So, okay, I'll be clear about what I'm doing here. Minus means zoom out. Plus means zoom in. Do you see that?
Okay.
So I'm going minus, 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 minus. Can you see my screen?
Minus.
Is it too small for you? Like I'm
Yes,
using
I
the
can see it.
keyboard.
It's quite big. Actually, I can see it. I don't see the minor though.
No, minus is on the keyboard.
Oh,
Here,
on
here.
the keyboard.
Like, on the keyboard, I'm going minus, minus, plus, plus, plus. You see how it's zooming in? You see that? So plus, 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 right? And so I'm going.
Where on the keyboard that I can see that?
You have a, like on the keyboard, there should be a minus and a plus. It's plus equals is one button, and minus and an M dash.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is another button, right?
Yeah, got it.
You just press those on the keyboard. I mean, there's other ways you can do it with the mouse, but it's easier to do on keyboard because I find like you have to zoom in and out all the time.
I
So
see.
I go plus, plus, plus.
Okay.
And what you see now is the wave, right? So on the blue one, like you see this blue one on the bottom here, like this blue
line.
The blue line, and that's Kevin, right? That's Kevin's audio. And then you see this green one, that's the soundtrack audio that I put on last time. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I just want to mark. So what I'm doing is I first click inside the blue one. If I click inside the blue, you see how the audio turns white? That means it's selected. Does that make sense? So I click it, it becomes white, right? If I click it, it becomes white.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just typing mark. So mark this spot. This spot is important because this is where he sings that note. So M. And you'll see like if I type M, you can see there's a little like arrow on the bottom here.
Yeah.
So now if I go back to my two arrow spots, I can line these two up. And you see like there's a little line that lines up here when I move them, like when I drag it closer with the mouse. You see the black line that goes across?
Yeah.
So if I let go, it's going to line those two up exactly. So let me see if the two sounds match up now. So what I'm trying to match up is the piano and Kevin. Okay, so I hit S to just solo Kevin and that sound. So let's see if it sounds okay now. That's it. So, I mean, that's a simple way of doing it, right? And that's all I do for every, like for the other singers. So now, okay, that was Kevin. And so now who do I want to do? I want to do this other bass player. So he'll probably sing the same thing at some point here too. So let me just double check. You see Kevin's sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his is shifted to the right a little bit. So I'm going to shift this guy's to the right so that they're closer. And I try to like line everybody up so I spend less time searching. Once I get the first person lined up, then everybody else is roughly in the same spot. It saves me time to not like search for everybody manually.
Yes.
If they're roughly aligned, and I don't have to get it perfect, it just doing this, I find then I do less seeking. Oh, it's left or it's right. It's like, no, it's roughly here. It's always in roughly the same spot. So there's some sopranos, altos, tenors. So you can see like I'm just quickly lining up all the other ones right now. And then this is going to save me a ton of time later. Okay, this one, maybe this person's a little bit off, maybe more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. And you can see, like, because I moved everybody in the middle, like, they're all roughly aligned right now. It's just, like, slightly off. So
Yeah.
all I need to do now is unlink. Okay, let's see the next soprano. Oh, no, this is not a soprano. This is a bass. I can almost see that where they're misaligned, right? Is that right? Let me listen to let me listen to
我们切莫灰心失望，人
You know, actually, I think maybe for Kevin, I'm gonna, because like everybody starts learn, you know, that song at the same time. That's not a good place to sync up, because people will all sing that at different times, because they will, you know how like when you start singing or start singing, people start at different times, right? And so it will sound like blah, 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 you know, like it'll all sound off. It's better to use the second or third note. So I would rather go like this.
等到主恩
So 道主, you see like 道主, right? 道主, right here. I would mark this part for Kevin's audio, because this is going to be more accurate. The second or third note. I found that the first note is often it is random the time. In my experience, I used to do it just at the beginning of a sound, but it sounds weird there. 道主, you see that? And you see like this little bump up in the audio. Do you see that? So mark that one, and then I will just line those two up. 道主.
Once when you mark it, it's there, right? Once when you mark it, it's still there. So right now you have a few marks here, so it's okay, right?
Yeah, so I have 2 marks here, right?
Yeah.
道主, right? And so now, like that's all I'm doing for the rest of the sound tracks, if that makes sense. So let me see, how does this person sing? 道主. 人. I think this is 2. So this person's here. So I'm going to line that guy up. Right? And then this one, I'm going to just find 人道主. Oops. Wait a minute. What? Oh, I forgot to solo the correct track. Hold on. So who is this singer? Sorry. Oh, whoops. This is a soprano. Oh, an alto. You see that? This is her starting point is here. So if I want to line them up, I go here. Oops, I missed. Line up. So this is the soprano, and you'll see that, oh no, the alto, and then the sopranos is going to be slightly different. They're going to sing it at a different time too. So I think, how many altos do you have? I think you had like 2 altos. Yeah, alto, 3. Oh, you had 4 altos. Okay. So everybody's going to be the same. All the altos is going to be the same. Oh, I went too far. So here is where she says 道主, and then I'm going to go boom, line them up. Does that make sense? And then this is another alto.
Okay, when you line them up, so you press plus. What do you press to line them up?
Okay, so let me go through this. Okay, let me show you one example more clearly. So here I'll go. So you hear 道主. So this is 主, right? This is the beginning of 主. So what I'm doing first is, just to be clear, left and right. So you dao zu, and you can see like every time I push the arrow, it plays the sound, right? Of just that frame. So this is when she says dao zu. So then what I do is on my keyboard, there's the letter M, right? I press the letter M, like as in mark, to mark that particular spot. So I type M, right?
Yep.
And M, when I push M, it creates the little marker on the timeline. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And so now what do I need to do to line them up? Well, I have to like touch and drag. So I have a touchpad, which acts as my mouse. And do you see like I'm moving my mouse and all I'm doing is I click on the soundtrack and I drag it to the right, drag it until it lines up with that line, until I see the black line and everything's lined up. Do you see that? You see there's a black line and everything's like lighting up?
You mean the horizontal black line or
the horizontal, like, so it's a line that goes like vertically back all the way down, and then there's a bunch of other ones, like all the other markers turned white, saying, hey, it lines up. And that what that means is it's gonna snap to that exact location.
Yes.
And so when I let go, it's all lined up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's all
I have to try it. Otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and this is one of the things, like, you'll find the first thing that you sync up is like super hard. It's like, oh, how do I do it? But then after that, all the ones from there is actually really, it becomes much easier because it's the same process like 10 times or n number of singers. So let's see.
Another question. When you were lining up Kevin, there were two lines over there. One is it says right, like not, I don't know whether it's right. It's R, and the other one is L. Like for these two lines, is it all belongs to Kevin? And the soundtrack, there are two lines too. It says R.
So
and
what you're
L.
saying in Kevin, there's one here, right, at the beginning of this note. Right, one mark here, and then you'll notice that there's one at the beginning of his sound. Oops, sorry. That's not who I want to hear. I was listening to her, which I don't.
So my question is, for each person's sound, does it appear for two lines or just one line? So right now,
oh, I see. Does everybody have two lines or one line?
Yeah.
So what is the two?
Okay, let me ask you first. Two lines of the soundtracks.
Yeah.
Right? I can see two lines.
Two lines of the green, right?
Yes, green. And then the left-hand side, you can see the R and the L.
That's right.
Right? And what does
left and right?
Left and right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you line up,
the audio is stereo. It has a left and a right channel.
Okay. So when you line up, so the mark is on the right.
On the right, yeah.
So
actually, it's on the, like, if I zoomed out a little bit, sometimes, like, it's actually only on the track as a whole. You only get one mark. It doesn't matter how many you have on there. Like, if you only get one mark per track, and they put it on the bottom of the track. So if it's stereo or if it's mono, it's always on the bottom of the track. Does that kind of make sense?
Always on the right.
Yeah, it always appears on the bottom, but it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't really, like, it could be on the top. They just chose for it to be in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can understand a little bit more. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So, I thought you were talking about something else. So, okay, so yeah, that's what it meant. It's just there's a left and there's a right, and that's all we're trying to find out.
Okay.
And you can see, like, I've already lined up, so many of these singers already. And I'm almost done, actually. Where was I at now? A1. Okay, so let's find out where she lines up. So let me I don't want to listen to Kevin. I want to listen to alto number 1. So this is my last alto. So solo the alto. So let's listen to her. Wait a minute. What? That's not right. I must be off really far. Ah. Dao. Zhu. Haha, found it. Mark. So I was just off a little bit. So I'll move it into place. There we go. Now, I think I'm now dealing with sopranos. So I have 6 sopranos. So that's pretty easy. Here I'm just going to line up. Oh, I passed it. Yeah, Dao Zhu. Okay, so I'm going to line her up. Oops. Undo, Control Z. I overlapped the wrong soundtrack. Huh? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Line up. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see. And then now I'm going to listen to this soprano number 4. Everybody's about the same. Okay, good. Mark. Line her up too. Okay. Oh, I moved it to the wrong soundtrack. Sometimes if you move it instead of horizontal, you move it down, it'll move to the wrong soundtrack. Okay, that one's done. So let's try this one. Whoops, wrong sound. Yeah, so this one, mark, and then put that one into the right spot. Line her up, done. So like you can see like synchronizing one extra person takes like 0 time, right? Oh. I think this is roughly where she's got Dao Zhu. Come on, line up. No, I missed. Okay, here. There you go. Okay, soprano 3. Okay, I've got 2 more and then I'm done. Sorry for the delay. Trying to do this like quickly, so because I want to show you one other thing. Okay, mark hers, and then I'm going to move her over as well. And then like after this, I have a virtual choir. So this is why I just want to quickly get the last one. Last is soprano number 1. Yeah, there. 2 mark. All right. So you see, like at this point, I've pretty much lined up everybody. So now, can you see like all of these like waves or all of these, so all of the music is kind of lined up right now? Mm-hmm. So now in theory, I have a virtual choir already. So if I unmute this last person, you should be able to hear everyone now. You ready? Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Cool, huh?
Mm-hmm, cool.
So usually what I do from here is I try to get the sound right first, and then I'll worry about the videos and stuff afterwards, Does that work for you? I'll just show you the sound stuff. So there's a tab on the top called audio.
Yeah.
Do you see like audio up here? And then if you switch to audio, what you'll see is like, it's like a totally different interface. But usually what I do is, you see there's this one called audio track mixer. That's the one that's important. So I double click on the audio track mixer because I want it to be as big as possible. Because what you'll see here is that this is all of the different people's audio. So this is Kevin, right? This is, I think, another bass. I think you had 2 basses. Let me just double check.
Frank.
I had, in this choir, I have 2 basses. I have 4 alto. So this is like, I'll call this alto 4, alto 3. I'm just renaming them on the bottom so that it's just more clear which one is each. But normally I don't bother to rename because I have an easier way of doing it. Alto 1, and then this is all soprano, right? So this is like soprano 8 or soprano 7. And I think there were like 6 sopranos. So soprano 5, soprano, 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 soprano. Okay, so I have a bunch of sopranos and altos and then 2 basses. I'll call it, maybe I'll call him bass 1, and then I'll call Kevin bass 2. So typically what I do is, if I play it, I can find out who's too loud and who's too soft. By just looking at the loud. So to be clear, what am I trying to do here? I am trying to prevent this thing from going into the red. Red means it's too loud, it's clipping, right? And when you have like 1 singer is fine, but when you put 10 singers together, it's too loud, right? And so I need to like reduce that. And sometimes I want to like increase the alto, like the sopranos is too loud. And so maybe what I would do is I would like turn down some of the sopranos, right? Like I turn down some of the soprano voices, and then I would turn up maybe some of the altos. And then that way I can hear the alto more clearly, or maybe I need more bass, you know, I turn up my bass a little bit because I don't have enough male voice. And then usually I have lots of sopranos, so I just turn them down a little bit. And that's one way of doing it more clearly. And then let me just double check to see what it sounds like now. So can you hear how like now the soprano is a little bit more clear?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, not the soprano. The alto comes out a little bit more.
Alto.
Yeah, the alto comes a little bit more, and then
our alto is
the
very strong though. So I think that's we don't need
maybe I don't need as much alto. Maybe I turn down the alto a little bit. And then the bass, I keep it like fairly loud so that you have a male voice that goes with it as well. Oh, I forgot to mention.
Red. It went red, the bass.
Yeah. So this bass was too loud. So it needs to go down a little bit. That's okay. But the thing I also forgot is, I think I have this wrong. Bass 1, 2. Because how many altos is there? 3. There's only 3. There's not. Okay. So this is bass 1. This is bass 2, and this is piano. This is why I don't have it right. Okay, so what I need to do is
what's the master? The master is all together, right?
Yeah, it's everybody all together. So this is the piano is pretty loud, and so maybe okay, let me do this.
Yeah,
let me try.
A little bit too loud.
Yeah, so maybe I'll even turn down the sopranos even more, like even a little bit more, I'll turn down the altos a little bit more here, turn up the basses just to a negative amount. Oh no, this is the alto still. Whoops. No, this is bass 1. This is, how come it won't let me? Oh, I'll call it bass 2. I see, that's why. Okay, so these two are basses, and then this is the piano. Maybe I'll keep the piano pretty loud. Okay, so try again.
Well,
Pretty good.
actually, still the alto is too strong. The soprano can be up a little bit more. It's okay. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So
the altos,
here's
they're
one
too
other
strong.
thing is when you sing, right? Like in a choir, it's normally not just one side. Like it's not everybody in the middle. What you hear is like sopranos on the left, maybe altos on the right. Like I don't know how you lay out your choir, but what I do sometimes is I'll take the sopranos and I'll put them on the left-hand side. Does that make sense? Like I'll pan them to the left.
Well, what I do is I prefer the altos on the very left, and then
Altos
the
on the very left.
Yeah, soprano in the middle, and then tenor. Soprano
Okay.
and tenor in the middle. The alto part on the left, and then the bass on the right. So that way will be a little bit more balanced.
Bass on the right. Okay. So then what I would do is I would put like, I would put the bass on the right. I put the altos on the left, because you said left. Okay, so minus
Very left.
40. And then I would put like these in the middle. So the sopranos in the middle, minus 20, minus 10, 0, make this one 10, and make this one 20. Does that make sense? So all of my sopranos is in the middle, roughly, and then all my altos is on the left, and then bass is on the right.
Okay.
And then piano is center in the middle. And so
Even
now when I play
for the virtual choir, you know, the pictures, I would like the altos on the very left, the soprano, you know, in the middle, and tenors.
Oh, okay, sure. So let's go into that. Okay, let's say I've got the sound now. Okay, and obviously there's lots of tweaking that we can do in terms of the sound. This is the first thing I would typically do is just like there's no point. There's some people who record before the song actually starts, but there's really no point being before this song starts. So what I would do is I would just line up to here maybe. Oops. So maybe I'd line up to here and I'd say like, this is the starting point of the whole song. And then anybody who is earlier than that, I will just cut their video. See this altos video is a little bit earlier than that. So I cut it like to roughly here. And that's it. And then what I can do is I can just get rid of all the space using right click and I say ripple delete. And so now everything's lined up at 0. And now let's look at the videos. So if you look at the videos, everybody's turned off right now. I'm going to turn everybody back on. Just so that I can see their, if I can't see their videos, it's gonna be hard for me to work with. So everybody's on top of each other. How do I do this? Zoom fit. Okay. So do you see like Kevin?
Yes.
Is on there right now. So Kevin's on the top. That's why I can see him. So what I typically do is like for somebody like Kevin, I would, I'm going to move this over here. Yeah. So for Kevin, I'm going to move him here. I'll probably make him, because how many people do I have? 1, 2, 3.
12.
I have
16 right now?
16. No, 12 items selected. So I need to fit 12. So I'm going to put 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. Does that work? So that means everybody's got to be scaled 50% and then moved somewhere, right? Usually it's 216. Yeah, 216 is at the top. I'm going to move him to the right because you wanted him on the right. And then base number 1, I'm going to move him scale 50%, I'll move him to the bottom. So this is 516. Was it 560? No, it was more than that. 50, yeah, like roughly right there. Something like that. And then I'll adjust it over time. Like this is a rough cut right now. And you'll see that I'm now dealing with altos. So 50%. What was it? 216. 216. And then I'll put her like just on the left. So like, that's what I do is I just scale everybody 50%. I put them like on the side somewhere. And then this one, I'm going to put, oh no, alto 350. And then 813. I think it's, yeah, something like that. Not perfect right now, but I'm going to adjust it over time. As long as they're 50%, I can move them around a little bit. And then 50. So this is alto 2. Okay, so these are all altos that you want. So I'm going to put her here. So I have roughly enough room for everybody. Yeah, you got to run?
Yes.
Okay.
So
does what I've done so far make sense? Like I'm just rearranging people. I've already set up the audio. Now after I rearrange the people, then you can just render this and I can just send it to you. Does that work for you?
Of course, but I still have some more and I forgot like which ones that I sent it to you. Can you just go back to your list so that I can just take a picture? Then I'll send you some more of the others.
But my list has been renamed to like altos and alto bass sopranos. So maybe like I will. Why don't I send you a picture and then you can from there you'll know. Okay, I'll just send you a picture of who's there.
All the pictures. Sure. Sounds good.
Of all the singers, and then you'll know.
Send the picture to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure that I still have like 3 to 4 more.
That's fine. Yeah, just send me the picture. I'll send you the picture, and you tell me which one's missing. Okay.
Great. Sounds good. Well, actually, this is quite interesting. Actually, thank you so much for showing it to me.
Problem.
But I think I still need a lot of time to figure it out.
Yeah. Problem.
It looks like it's okay when you show it to me, but if I do it myself, I might encounter a lot of problems. I can
That's normal. Yeah, like no worries. If you run into any issues, just let me know. That's what we're here to help. So.
But I'm willing to learn, though. It's quite interesting, actually.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I like the job that you did. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome.
A lot of work.
Okay, we'll connect with you soon.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, see ya. Bye. Okay, stop the